It's Tuesday, March 2nd, and it's mornings at Lalate. What a day it is across the board. As Wall Street trades up and then takes a big dip at the end of the day, a lot of developing details across the board on a big, exciting day. We started with indication earlier today about your $14 third stimulus check, and it took an interesting turn later in the day. And suddenly, midday, we had a big update from the president, and we had calls for reoccurring stimulus checks as well. Those things hit across the board in a way in which we did not expect to see. So what's going on? So many big details on a big afternoon's recording. I'm really excited for you. It's all right here. Let's get ready to rock and roll on a big afternoons of Lalate. What a day it has been. Your $14 third stimulus check took a lot of beating today. That beating came from the left, it came from the right, it came from the Democrats, and it also came from Wall Street. And what does that mean for you? And what does it mean for stimulus? Wall Street ended sharply down for the day, down 144 points. S&P down at 31, NASDAQ down 230. In a day in which we expected a lot of other twists and turns. There's never a dull moment, is there? It's never a dull moment across the board. And suddenly we saw stuff unfolding in a way we did not see happening. How are you? It's afternoons at Lalate. Your $14 third stimulus check bill is going to the floor of the Senate tomorrow. Congratulations. How are you? That $14 third stimulus check is being called by Chuck Schumer to the floor of the Senate tomorrow. We got the confirmation minutes ago. Amendments, yeah, they'll do some amendments. They're only doing one. Removing the $14 minimum wage, no, $15 of a minimum wage, so that they can do a quick passage. But he authorized something else. What did he also authorize? Those details and more. He authorized something for tomorrow, but he said that $14 third stimulus check bill will land on the president's table and you will have a law. Thank you, Joyce, for becoming a Purple Hawk. How are you? I'm so sorry we did not have our noontime show, so I'm going to make it up to you today on Afternoons LA. There's Myra and there's Shirley. Welcome, Joyce, for becoming a Purple Hawk. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. I have the big update with Elizabeth Warren at the top of the hour. We're running a little bit late on Afternoons LA. We're about 15 minutes late, so just add about 15 minutes to today's shows. We got 2 hours left of programming today. There's going to be 4 more shows, and I know we're running about 15 minutes late. So at the top of the hour, big update about SSI, SSDI, Social Security and Railroad benefits from Elizabeth Warren. Oh my God, I have that big exciting news. But the other big exciting news, which you may have heard about, happened today from this man, Bernie Sanders. I'm going to look back at the camera so you see my face when I say it. Are you ready? Does anyone, actually, before I say it, let me see if anyone knows the 3 letters that indicate what happened today with Bernie Sanders. There's Janice, and there's Sunshine, and there's Leanne, and there's Jay Ducky, and there's Ministry. Does anyone know the 3 letters that Bernie Sanders said today? And he didn't say them alone. There's David, thank you for the dancing pair. Does anyone know those 3 words Bernie Sanders said? I haven't seen them yet. Let me use those 3 letters. MSC. Yes, fix your collar. MSC, I saw it there. I saw it. Someone said MSC, Bernie Sanders. And no less than 11 Senate Democrats are pushing the President of the United States not for the third stimulus check bill, not for the $14 third stimulus check bill, but for the fourth stimulus package bill to have MSCs. Oh my goodness. Oh, what? Says Bonnie. Leanne knew it. They knew it. Have you seen all the excitement? Let's just sit back for a second and sort of take this all in. Let's take this all in. And I know there's a lot of stuff coming from different directions, so let me clarify it. Bernie Sanders, MSC, in the fourth stimulus package. That's coming up in a short bit in this recording, in the show. The president, thank you, Danita, for becoming a Purple Hawk. Everyone welcome Danita to the family. MSCs from the fourth stimulus package, the Recovery Act, not the rescue plan. Oh, boy, this is exciting. This is really exciting. Then we have Elizabeth Warren. She is going to headline, not herself, but her story, the wealth tax and how it'll fund SSI and SSDI, $200 a month for 24 months. It should be for 12 months or $2,400. That is at the top of this hour. But I can't leave the MSC to the top of the hour. I got to say this. I got to say it in this recording. First, let me go back to the $1,400 stimulus check, the third stimulus package. MSC is referring to the fourth stimulus package. All right, let me tell you what's going on. The president, over the weekend, had lots of meetings and urged Senator Schumer to call the bill for a vote in the Senate this week. That vote will happen starting tomorrow. Starting tomorrow, 20 hours of debate and a marathon vote on amendments will happen starting tomorrow. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, Democrat in New York, confirms that on Tuesday, the vote will start to happen in the Senate. They will have 20 hours of debate. Thank you, Angela, for the super chat. We need strong relief to get the economy going so we can continue on an upward path of its own. Amen. There's Joshua and there's David and there is Tracy with a super chat with the dancing bear. We need strong relief to get the economy going so we can continue on an upward path of its own. That's what this bill is designed to do. The president wants it on his table. The president wants it signed ASAP. The president has also said in meetings he only wants one amendment, the removal of the $15 minimum wage, and that is it. Obviously, you're going to hear chatter. The chatter is already starting to erupt. Ignore the chatter. Ignore the chatter because the chatter is not going to happen. The chatter basically involves a series of Democrats who are going to be talking about amendments here, amendments here. Don't worry about this. So $14 stimulus check if you're an individual, $14 if adult dependent, $14 for child, $14 for everyone else, not taken out for child support, not taken out for debt collections, not taken out for back taxes. When would you get the $14 stimulus check? 3 days after it becomes law. When will they call it for a vote? Well, they start voting on it and arguing it tomorrow, 20 hours. So depending what time they start on the day, they may not finish tomorrow. But 20 hours of debate starting tomorrow. And then it would go back to the House. It could be signed. It could be passed in the House in the middle of the night and then go back to the president's table signed. 3 days after that, you would start to get that stimulus check, the $14 stimulus check. That's the $1,400 third stimulus. Thank you, Angela, for another dancing bear. But there's more. There's more after that. I mean, America is starting to reopen. America is starting to reopen across the board. And as America starts to reopen, what should they have? They should have what's called the fourth stimulus package. The fourth stimulus package concerns all the issues that are about to hit. That fourth stimulus package would involve normally a check. That fourth stimulus package would normally also include the extension of unemployment benefits and other items. But that fourth stimulus check package has a lot more on top of even that. What is that lot more? What is that lot more? A lot more? It's MSC. Yes. 11 Democrats today, minutes ago, sent a letter to the President of the United States saying that the fourth stimulus package, thank you, Alicia, for the dancing pair, that the fourth stimulus package, the Recovery Act, when we reopen America, should have reoccurring stimulus checks. Should have reoccurring stimulus checks. This is huge. Ashley, I feel bad because I'm sick. Don't worry. That's fine. We're all dealing with what we got to deal with. Don't worry. This is huge. This is Bernie Sanders' letter minutes ago to the President of the United States. The message to the President says, this crisis is far from over, and families deserve certainty that they can put food on the table and get a roof on their tables. Families should not be at the mercy of constantly shifting legislation and ad hoc solutions. While the letter did not say the amount of the stimulus check, 11 Senate Democrats wrote a letter asking for reoccurring stimulus checks in the fourth stimulus package. They included Bernie Sanders. They included Elizabeth Warren. They included Ron Wyden, who you've seen on this channel. Where's Ron? There's Ron. That's Ron Wyden. Of course, Bernie Sanders. And 7 others: Cory Booker, Sharon Braun, Tommy Baldwin, Kristen Gillibrand, Michael Bennet, Alex Padilla, Senator Richard Blumenthal. Ironically, these are a lot of people in Biden's camp. These are not outsiders. These aren't just progressives. These are people in his camp. Sparkle Slots and David Allen, thank you for the super chats. These are people that are in Biden's inner circle. This is very exciting news. To think that people in Biden's inner circle are saying, you know what? We'll give you the vote for this fourth stimulus check, third stimulus check. We'll give you the vote so you can pass this third stimulus check this week. And we want you to sign it this week. But guess what? Next time you come to us, multiple stimulus checks. Wow. 11 senators wrote the letter. So what else is in that third stimulus package? Let me recap, because there's a lot going on today. There's a lot going on. If you're just joining this broadcast, your $14 third stimulus check bill will pass. It will pass. The president on Sunday told Chuck Schumer, I want this on the Senate floor. I want you to take out the $15 minimum wage. The vice president will not co-sign that $15 minimum wage in there. You're going to take it out. I want to call for a vote. He had meetings about it. VP Harris is not going to co-sign that minimum wage. And I want that amendment out. I went that out by amendment and called for a quick vote. The quick vote will start tomorrow. 20 hours of battles on the Senate floor, negotiation. We love you, Lisa. I love you back, Lisa. Shirley, my daughter someone else said, my daughter didn't get a second stimulus check. If you didn't file that tax return, you'll get it within 24, 48 hours. Wall Street has been euphoric about the multiple stimulus checks this week, today. They are just beside themselves. And this comes as questions about what this amount of the second stimulus check could be. Wall Street was very finicky today. On the video right after this, I'm back with Street and Stimulus, and I'll be going over Wall Street's reaction to stimulus, the Federal Reserve, this is Jerome Powell's reaction to stimulus, and the Biden administration and America's reaction to stimulus. But the big news is that the president's pushing has worked. The $14 third stimulus check bill will be called for a vote as early as tomorrow, and it will provide a $14 stimulus check. That's the third stimulus check. The fourth stimulus check may not be a fourth stimulus check. It may be fourth stimulus MSCs. Can we just sit back for a second? I mean, I've been tweeting MSC, hashtag MSC, in every tweet since October. Every single tweet that has gone out for this channel has been MSC. Has yours been? Every tweet from this channel has included SS200 and MSC and FPUC Retro. It has not stopped. And to think that suddenly 11 Democratic senators are saying this push on a day in which Elizabeth Warren says, you know what, I'm going to give you a way to fund SSI and SSDI. There's a lot happening. There's a lot happening. I'll have more for you right after this commercial break. Be back with you in 1 minute. But first, here's a little bit about the community page and the new programming lineup on this channel. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join Lalate Daily for the excitement of the new Lalate live daily. The excitement starts on mornings Lalate at 9 a.m. Home Lalate returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons Lalate at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on Lalate.
From Lalate headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Afternoons Lalate.
You're going to see and hear more about Elizabeth Warren's plan that could provide $2,400 for SSI and SSDI, Social Security and Railroad benefits, at the top of the hour at 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time here on Lalate. As Afternoons Lalate continues, we're about a 15-minute behind schedule today because of programming interruptions. So just add an additional 15 minutes. 3 more shows on Afternoons Lalate. Right after this is Street and Stimulus that goes over Jerome Powell's push for stimulus, especially for stimulus. More about this shocking development about multiple stimulus checks from Bernie Sanders, which is a reopening play that concerns the reopening of America. The new statements from the President of the United States about vaccine rollouts and how that impacts forced stimulus. And then I'm back with the top of the hour with the big developments of Elizabeth Warren, and we end Afternoons Lalate with Purple. Money right now, not 5 weeks from now, not 5 months from now. That's at the bottom of the hour. 3 more shows today, and then we're back tonight with Hazard Pay, which is taped, but with a live chat. Wow, if you're just joining me, there is just so much happening. Let's sit back. How is everyone? There's Ashley, there's Wendy. The big development is that you're going to get a $14 stimulus check. $14 for an individual, $14 for dependents, $14 for children. Not taken out for debt collections, not taken out for debt, for back taxes. The income qualification is still the same, less than $75,000. If you made more than $75,000, you'll still get a stimulus check up to $100,000, up to $99,000, but it'll be reduced over time. Then there's $3,600 as well for children ages 5 to newborn. That's paid $300 a month starting the month of July for 12 months. And they get that plus $1,400. Yes, they get $5,000. Incredible. Then for children who are 17 to 6, they're getting $3,000 plus $1,400. The $3,000 is paid $250 a month starting the month of July and going forward thereafter for 12 months. There is money for rent, utilities, food, internet. The rent is low income, middle class, and also homeless people. If you're behind on rent, there is $1,500 of hazard pay, essential worker, if you worked during the pandemic and made less than $25,000 a year. That's the earned income tax credit, plus the $1,400 for that person. $1,700 for financial aid for college students, plus a $1,400 stimulus check for them. And $5,000 of business grants Actually, at least $5,000. There's the EIDL grant, which is $5,000 exactly for people who had in a business, got impacted by the pandemic, lost more than 50% because of the pandemic, and had less than 10 employees. This is Uber, Lyft, Grubhub, Airbnb. You're included. And then there's $5 million per location for restaurants as a grant. There's another grant for business innovation. And then there's a fourth grant, which is PPP, which starts as a loan and turns into a grant. Boy, a lot of stuff. And then there's FPUC from March to August, $400 a week. UI, PUA, and PEUC will be extended automatically from March to August. This is what Middle America wants. But does Middle America need more than that? And what does MSC stand for, Twosome? It stands for Multiple Stimulus Checks. Absolutely. I love the way you help us, Kathy. I appreciate you tuning in for Kathy. How are you? And there's Dean Powell from Decatur, Illinois. How are you, Dean? There's Anna. And there's Crayola, and there's Ashley. What's going on? And there's Sunshine. Mitchell. Hey, Ella. Hey, Kathy. And there's NA. It's a day with a lot of news. I mean, there's so much news across the board. I'll have more about what happened with Wall Street today because it was very volatile, very, very volatile. You know, America's opening up across the country. America's starting to slowly open up. And as you open up, the open up stimulus is called the fourth stimulus. Thank you, Troy, for the super chat. The opening up stimulus is the fourth stimulus package, which has a stimulus check in there, the fourth stimulus. But does it have more than one check? Well, of 50 Democratic senators, 11 wrote a letter today saying it has to have more than one check, and we don't mean two. We mean reoccurring checks. And the Democrats who wrote this letter are not just progressives. They are inner circle Democrats, moderate Democrats, who basically sent a very clear message. And guess who's been saying this message as well? You're looking right at him. I've been saying that this president has done a wonderful job in rolling out the vaccine. But just because people are vaccinated does not mean they don't need stimulus. The issue at hand is long-term unemployment, short-term unemployment, and continuing unemployment. If people are unemployed, they don't have a job, you got to help them. I got it. They got a vaccine in their shoulder. If they don't have a job and they don't have money in their pocket, thank you, Brother Joshua. You can't have this fixed, but if you don't have a wallet fixed, you need stimulus. And that's why I'm here. We end afternoons LA, not now, but in about an hour and a half from now with Purple, how I show you how to get $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 money right now. But under fourth stimulus, these 11 senators today said, you know what? They deserve MSC's multiple stimulus checks. Now, understand they didn't say the word MSC. That's the hashtag campaign of this channel. Other people sort of tried to hijack that hashtag campaign. Take this video, put it on social media, tag the elected officials, hashtag MSC. If you've not subscribed, today is the day to subscribe. I mean, look at this day. You're getting a $14 stimulus check. They're passing the bill very quickly. Then we have the incredible great news about Elizabeth Warren about SSI and SSDI, Social Security and railroad benefits. That was the second big news. And now we have out of nowhere MSC. I mean, all we just need is FPUC Retro. There's only 3 hashtag campaigns on this channel. FPUC Retro, MSCs, and SS200. We're getting 2 of our hashtag campaigns addressed today, and we just need 1 more. I mean, this is just, I wonder what Jerome Powell's thinking. Hey, Angela, how are you? Thank you, LA. Lynn, you're wonderful. You're like a family to me. Lynn, I love your comments. There's Julia, and there is Jesse, and there's Gail, and there's Dorina, and there's Susan, and Madeline. MSC, I love it. Bonnie, and there's Anna, and there's Mark, and there's Dorothy, and Mitchell, and Randy. What's going on? Push, push, push. Absolutely. Absolutely. Got to keep on pushing. Boy, 25 minutes on the clock. It felt like it was 10 seconds. There was a lot in this recording. Let me give you the big update if you're just joining me. This is the tail end of Afternoons. This is the tail end of Live LA. This is Afternoons LA, 2 hours of programming, 4 shows. This is the first of 4 final shows on this channel today, live. I'm next back with you with Street and Stimulus. It's that show specifically will address MSC today. It will address MSC because it always has a Katrina thing with super chat. It will address the MSC. That will be a slightly shorter show. And then we will go into the top of the hour at 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, which is 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, with the latest update on your $14 third stimulus check and this person's, Elizabeth Warren, and her push to get that SSI money out. And then we end the day with Street with Purple. 3 more shows. Are you excited? I'm really excited. Stay with me. There's so much happening, and we're far from over. Stay with LA for more.